great. It was great. We're going to get ready to our second half of the show. Yolanda Smilez crowd is turned up. What? They're popping bottles. Not really, you know, huggy juices, but we still in here. But we're going to move on to the next part of our show. I have one of the great, oh my God, shoe phenomenal women. She's on Monroe Avenue, gasoline shoe store. I'm going to have her talk more about it. I mean, she got some of the hottest, sexiest shoes in Rochester, but that's not why I invited her. I invited her because she's part of a swing club. And when she told me, like a swing club, hey, okay. And it's just like, true. But listen, I was so ignorant to the whole thing. I was like, swing club, so like, y'all be in, like, you got swings at home. And she was like, no. I was like, oh, swing, like swinger. Okay. So this is so exciting. So I'm so excited to have her onto the show to talk about this and give us more enlightenment, because a lot of people, especially in our culture, is so like, no, you can't have sex with anybody else. You belong to me, and they're so dominant. And if you want to give your vagina and penis to someone else, everyone freaks out. So then you end up cheating because you really want to chase this dream or whatever you want to do. But whatever. So now we're going to find out about the swingers. So are you guys ready to hear about the swingers? So coming to the stage, my girl, Christine Martin. Let's give it up. Welcome to the show. Yes. I heard some of the guys in the audience go, oh, yeah. That was letting them know how big their penis is. It's hard to go, yeah. But the deeper it was, it's like they probably the smaller their penis was, yeah. It's the blind, yes. And the long legs. Yeah. They have more fun. The blinds have more fun. So Christine, I'm so excited to have you on the show because, like I said before, in our culture, it's just like so dominant where they say, no, you can't have sex with, you only have to have sex with this one person once you get married. And you're married, correct?
Yes, I am. I'm very married.
Very married. And look at the guys like, yeah. There's one guy and they're like, no, they really can't get to the swinging thing. So explain to us about the swinger club, because I know we were talking about the intimacy and things like that. People don't really understand why people swing. So please explain to us why.
Okay, first of all, we talked about I'm married. Most of the people in swing clubs are married people. They're married couples who want to explore sexuality and they are interested in other people that think like them. And when I say think like them, what I mean is that we are the kind of people who don't equate love directly with sexuality, which is important because most men don't either.
Yes.
So the way that we live is understanding that your sexual being and your sexual health is further developed by other people. I married somebody that I found to be very attractive. He's a man. He is everything I wanted. And I can't be as ridiculous to think that other people don't see that. And he feels the same way about me. He thinks that he married a very sexy person, who is a good-looking person, has a lot of other stuff going for her. Other men see that as well. So if we live in a world where I can't look at you, even though what you find attractive about this person is still there and available for me to see, if I can't look at it and appreciate it and admire it, that's an upsetting world to me. I think we're all here for a purpose to be what we are, and if everybody can't appreciate it, there's a problem.
So with this swinging, like, because I know it's like a club of people, do you guys do like a certain wink, like, you know, like, yo, you swing, or how does, is it an email that's sent out, like, how do we know if, you know, someone's down with the swing club?
Well, unfortunately, first of all, let me tell you that there are over 100,000 swingers in New York State. That's number one.
All right. Wow.
100,000. And we're using protection. Everybody's using protection. In the world, we're talking over a million people. There's, I think, like 2 or 3 million people in the world. who are part of the lifestyle, which is what we call it. It's called the lifestyle. We don't like the word swing because it connotates a giant orgy. And that's one of the misconceptions, especially in our community, that it's a giant orgy and everybody's just, everybody's having sex all the time. It's not like that. These are people that like to have fun and party. How you find these people is there's a very well-known website called SLS. It's swinglifestyle.com. And it's just like Facebook, but for adults who want to party with other adults. You don't have to go to any of these events and actually take your clothes off and have sex with people. That's not what happens at these events. These are people who want to have fun without the pretense that happens in our clubs, without the shootings that happen in our clubs, without the other drama that goes on. These are people that have a lot of fun just being together. If they happen to have sex with each other, it's a bonus, but you get to meet people that think the way that you think.
Right,
which is a lot of fun.
So my whole thing is because, I love this because I'm married, and he's probably not gonna let me have sex with anybody else. But I don't know, maybe I don't care. But here's the thing, like, so you're at this party. Have you guys ever like walked up on somebody like, oops, you're fucking my husband, or oops, you're fucking my wife, and it's cool? Like, is it like once we enter into this room, is it like acceptable, or is it a discussion beforehand, or is it, paperwork?
Well, here's the thing. First, let's start with this. What's cheating? Because most people think that if you're in a relationship with someone that doesn't have the ultimate commitment of marriage in front of God, and you see someone else and you're attracted to another person and you do anything with that person, it's cheating. My philosophy, and a lot of the people that I know in these clubs, is that the ultimate commitment is marriage. If you're not married, you can't be called a cheater.
True that.
Cheating has to do with an emotional connection to another human being. Swinging has nothing to do with emotion. It's purely primal sexuality. So what's happening is, and what we always suggest to people who are new, is that you and your mate make a decision. That you sit down and you think about it and talk about it. The reason that people in our community can't get down with this and don't want to is because we have very poor communication in our relationships. If you have better communication in your relationships, you understand the needs of your partner and you're able to make decisions. Swingers make decisions. We only want skinny white women, let's say. I'm just saying, it's a decision. It doesn't matter if anyone else agrees with you. It just matters what you and your husband say.
Right.
We don't want any men. We don't want any men over 6 feet tall. We don't want to play with these people. And that's what we do, we play. It's fun play. You learn about your body. You get the appreciation of seeing your mate have an exalted experience, which you may or may not be able to give them, but maybe you learn how because you watched. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in swing clubs, and it's all under your nose right now.
Wow.
And in every aspect of your life, you know somebody, and you don't even know you know that person.
Yeah, they want to ask questions. I definitely. Okay, so we got questions. We got a question right here. Okay.
Actually, I have 2 questions. Do you have to be single to be, can you just go to a club and have some sex at a spot? That's
You have to be married. Do I get the mic to answer?
I'm coming back.
You have to be married.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no real requirements. And you don't really have to be a single person or a married person. But the way that it works is that there are clubs that have been organized, and they're very organized. So some of these clubs say they don't want any single men. Because as all of you women can attest, if you are single or married and you go anywhere, you're hit on by men. So they don't want single men showing up because the single men are very aggressive. So some of the clubs say we'll allow single women to come to the party and couples to come to the party, but no single men. The club that my husband and I own, we allow single men. I interview and make sure I like all the single men before they are allowed to come. So I guess that question is, yes, you can be any. It just depends on the club you decide to go to.
You keep the mic, and I'm going to go out because I know there's a lot of questions. So you said you interview all the single
I
guys.
check him out. I mean, if I think he's super hot and everybody's gonna like him, he can come.
right,
He
cool.
just better not act like a jackass at the party.
There we go. We got a question right here. How do you or can you apply certain rules once you enter into this lifestyle to say, well, you can do this now, but you can't step outside of whatever our arrangement is and sleep with someone else at your own will without me knowing? I mean, is it possible to do that? Because I kind of feel like once you let someone sleep with someone else, you kind of give them a free pass to do this. So how do you bring
That's the
in
reason
the...
that I said that to me it's important that you're married. Because if somebody's made a marriage commitment to you, it's serious. Hopefully they take it as seriously as you do. And so that's how you can tell whether or not it's a person that you should be doing this with. If you can't have a conversation with this person where you set a boundary that he can't cross, you don't want to be married to him. So it doesn't really matter if you're going to swing with him.
Right.
He's probably already swinging without you.
Exactly. That's my point. Thank you.
We do got some questions. We do got some questions in the back, so just follow me.
This is the most important question I need to know. Do y'all test first before y'all get started? Because testing these days don't take number like 15, 20 minutes. Do y'all test?
It's very expensive to first answer that. Secondly, this is a at-will situation. So nobody's forcing anybody to go and do anything. So if you go and you want to have a sexual experience with someone else, which is actually not what it's about at all, really. But if you're going to have a sexual experience with someone, you have to trust your own judgment. You probably don't go to a club and test the guy that you go home with for a while. So we don't test people. People use their own common sense and their own judgment. You know, you use condoms. You don't have intercourse if you're not interested in exposing yourself. We're adults.
So protect yourself.
But you protect yourself. Absolutely.
All right, so I got 2 more questions in the back from 2 men, and this is going to be awesome. So this is really great. I'm loving this energy from everybody. Come on, give me a... And I love that the crowd is not being judgmental or anything like that, but if you're going to fuck around, protect yourself. Basically, I mean, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. You'll be itching tomorrow. I don't know.
How you doing? My question is this. Controversy. Controversy is real. Controversy is real. What I need you to understand, or I'm sorry, let's put it in these words. What happens when that person that you step out with outdoes your partner?
Okay, here's the thing. Men who swing don't fling. So when that person that you've had a play date with, that extra person has outdone something that your partner's done, this is already a couple who's open to dialogue. So we hope that what happens is the person who's been outdone says, "What do you want me to do?"
There you go.
What do you want me to do? Which is a conversation you should have anyways. Whether you're sleeping with 50 people or 1. You should be saying, "Tell me what makes you come."
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
That's what I want to do.
That's right.
If you don't know what makes them come, that's a separate issue. This is an opportunity for everybody to talk with each other and in the relationship talk with each other, and you guys should know that. So when you get outdone, maybe you just keep that person around. I don't know.
Okay, and I got one more question.
I just want to know when are the auditions? Where are they?
You a mess.
And as I said before, there's a website. It's called swinglifestyle.com. It's a secret website because, believe it or not, there are still a lot of people who are not interested in exposing their identities. They set up their own account on there, and they give themselves a handle that has something to do with them, their life. You know, like their name, or maybe it's some number or something like that. They're all anonymous, and you make this free account. You can make a paid account, and it gets you access to where all the events are. We have events every month of every year. Hundreds of people come in this area to events that you probably never hear about. And they're parties that are designed to get people with like-minded lifestyle together. So there's no audition. You don't have to be any certain kind of person. There's all kinds of people. Soccer moms, politicians, the guy that probably cuts your hair, your doctor, your kid's teacher.
Oh, wow.
There's all sorts of people that you would never imagine in a million. How many people in this room know me already and didn't know that about me?
I knew you didn't know.
Yolanda knew me and didn't know.
No.
So, it's not a broadcasted thing. It's a secret lifestyle, and it's so much fun.
Christine, this is so awesome. The information that you provided for us. I mean, I'm going to go home and talk. Not really, I'm just joking, but I'm not ready. I'm not mentally ready, because you gotta be mentally ready for something like that. You gotta be mentally ready. Yeah, you gotta be ready. How do your husband feel about this? Like, obviously he's just as open as you are. He's so quiet and reserved and stuff like that. He sent you up here. We know he's in the audience. We're not gonna mess with him, but what is the name of the Swingers Club? That's what I need to know. What is the name of your Swingers Club? Because you guys own your own Swingers Club.
All right.
Okay, our club is called Eros Playhouse. Eros is in Greek mythology Cupid, who is the god of love and sexuality. And we wanted to make sure that it was fitting and was easy to say, because people drink a lot at swing clubs. So it's short, and it's Eros Playhouse, and our website is www.erosplayhouse.com. And my husband and I are named Mr. and Mrs. Smith on SLS, which is www.swinglifestyle.com.
Okay.
And that's so ironic that you're talking about Cupids and Eros, because our next guest, her name is Cupid, and I want to bring her to the stage. But I thank you so much for coming over to our show. Thank you so